Hi everyone, Jessica here and welcome back to my channel. So we are doing another project using our 12x12 Christmas paper pad. It's the most wonderful time of the year. So we've done cards and envelopes. We have done a folio to hold those cards. We've done crackers. We've done a lantern. I think that might be everything that we have done. So in today's video, what we're going to be doing is creating a gift bag using one of these papers. And the reason I'm doing a gift bag, so you might think it's a little bit simple, but I'm instead of doing crackers this year for the table, so I've got my whole family coming round, instead of doing Christmas crackers, I've actually just bought a few bits and pieces, but one of the items that I've bought is going to be too big to put into one of my homemade crackers that I showed you in the last video. So what I decided to do was just do a bag. Instead, I'm going to add a few other little fun bits in there, things that, you know, people can keep rather than just, sometimes in the crackers you get a little bit of sort of tat and a little bit of rubbish in there. So I thought I would just do some bags and just fill it with a few nicer things, some sort of more personal things for each of the people who is coming. So obviously it'll be Florence's first Christmas, so I'm looking to just make it a really, really nice day, a really lovely experience. I got both of my sets of parents coming and my brother and sister as well. So yeah, I want to do something that's going to be a little bit more personal. So we're going to create a gift bag. So the paper I've picked out, we've got a couple of our patterned paper left. So not just our plain patterns, but we've got a couple of these ones left as well. So I want to use some of these. So I've picked out this one for one of the bags. And then I've got some ribbon here as well that I found that I thought would go quite nice. It's like a nice kind of gold colour. And we just take a bit of tape off. And I thought this would look really nice with this particular paper for our handles. So I have got a tutorial on how to use the We Are Memory Keepers gift bag punch board, but we are going to be using this in today's video. So we're going to go along with this. In that other video I show you how to do all three of the different sizes. I do have a separate video talking about how to create a larger than the large bag, but how to still use this board here. So we have the instructions on here, and it gives you just a little diagram of what it's going to look like. So it's going to create our two sides, our flaps for the bottom, and then our front and back then as well. So we're going to trim the paper width. So depending on what size bag you want, you're either going to do 10 inches, 11 inches or 12 inch. And then we're going to do the length of the bag anywhere between 4 inches and 12 inches. So I think that's really going to depend on how tall you want the bag to be. And then you have your instructions on here. The first thing we need to do is to cut our paper down. So if I do a 6 inch, then I can get 2 bags out of this. So let's do that. So let's cut this down to 6 inches. So we've got 2 pieces, and then I'm going to keep it at that 12 inch. So we're going to make a large bag here. So we'll do this one at a time. Now, the most important thing as well with this, when you're using this punch board, is this is going to be your final result down here. So where we are punching, it's going to create the tabs for the bottom. So if you're using a directional paper, you want to turn it upside down, and we're going to punch this upside down. So they all come with a little scoring tool, if I can remember my words. They all come with a scoring tool. So this isn't going to be 6 inches tall. This is going to be whatever the width is from here up, because this bottom section here, let's just measure that. Is that an inch? So it's about 1.25 inches is going to be for the bottom, and then the rest of this is going to be your height. But I actually quite like the idea of being able to get 2 of these bags out of here. So what we're going to do first of all is put our left hand side up against the start line. We're going to punch. We're going to come horizontally, so score that there. And again, I'm going to make the large, so I'm going to come to the large notch, and I'm going to score that. Then I'm going to move my score line for the large over, so let's get that back in there, line it up with our start line again. Ooh, I'm going to punch. And then for this one, because we're creating a side, I need to score along for this triangle. So we're going to start at this notch that says side. We're going to come down. I'm going to come down this side, and then we're going to go with a side here and score it there. That is going to be our side, and then we're coming along to extend that horizontal line there as well. So this is what we've got, this is what we're punching out from the bottom. So again, if you use a directional paper, make sure that you're putting it in upside down, otherwise your pattern is going to be upside down. So we're going to take this side score line here, so if I just pop it back in, so we've scored down here, we're going to take this one and move that and line it back up with our start line. And essentially we're just going to repeat the process again. So we're going to go along the horizontal, we're going to come down the large to create the other side. Then we're going to move the score line from the large, line it up with the start line. Then we're going to do our triangle. Going to come down this side piece, we're going to come down this side, and we're going to do our horizontal again. So we end up with something like this. We've got all of our flaps along the top here. We've got our side piece here, front, back, and then we have this little piece here, which is gonna hold everything together. So what I'm gonna do now is just put the edge of our side, so this one here that we did, I'm gonna pop that back in, line it up with a start line, and I'm going to punch it again, and I think we can cut that piece away. So now we're going to add our holes for our string. So what we're going to do is come in here, so here we have a side, hopefully you can see this, we've got our front piece here, side and back, and what we're going to do is we're going to start on this side, so the edge of our side with our front, we're going to put that score mark in where this little notch comes out, and that is going to then punch our holes there. We can do the same again with the piece for our tab. So there we have our holes. So before we put this together, I'm going to go ahead and quickly just do all the same for this piece here, and then we can create our second gift bag. Then we can fold everything and glue it together. Okay, so here we have our two bags. So let's just fold this over and go ahead, and we can fold along all of our score marks. So this one here is going to be our tab. So we can get rid of this bottom piece here, and we're just going to cut it at an angle just to take some of that bulk off. So this is going to be our side. So these aren't necessarily going to be at a fold, but this just allows us to keep the bag nice and close. So you've got this little triangle in here, so you can just sort of gently fold up in those, and it will sort of create an edge just like that. So let's just do this side. So these are really, really easy to make. The punch board makes it so easy to put these bags together. So let's grab some glue. So you can use some red liner tape if you want for this, something a little bit stronger to keep it together, but I'm just going to use some glue here. Let's bring in my glue holder, and what we should be able to do is just fold it in on itself, keep it all nice and straight, like so. So I'm going to leave that one just for a second, like so, and then I'm going to do the same for this one. Okay, so there we have our bag together. So now we just need to do the bottom. So what I'm going to do is put our sides in first. They're both really the same, so it doesn't matter necessarily which one is going to be the front and which one is going to be the back. But what I will do is add glue to our sides. So you want to make sure you get this really, really nice and square. Like so, and then the easiest thing to do then is just to turn it over, and then let's just get this spoonful there, and we're just going to press down just to keep that together. So that's the bottom. So you've got a really, really neat bottom. You've got lovely sides that will come in, and it's just going to come together like that. Absolutely love it. Yeah, I think it's really, really quick and simple bags to create. So let's just finish off this one. Okay, so here we have our two finished bags. So I didn't have enough of the gold, and unfortunately I didn't have any left. So I went with just a nice like ivory white kind of colour, which I think still works really nicely with these. Yeah, I absolutely love them. I think they're so cute. They're so adorable. You're getting 2 of these again out of your 12 by 12 piece. If we just measure them. So the size of the box is going to be sort of just over 3.5 inches. The width is 2 inches, or just over 2 inches, and your height has come down to about 4 3/4 inches, but still a really good size bag in there. You could fit some decent things in there. Yeah, I just think they're really cute then with those tags as well, making use of some of the other pieces that we have in our paper pad. So there's another thing that you can get 2 out of, which I just think is brilliant. So we've had 2 crackers out of the 12 by 12 sheet. We've got 2 bags. So you think then if you want to create bags and things like this, you think how many pages you have in a paper pad. So this one we're using, for example, has 24 sheets. Obviously not all of them are designed, you know, because some of them are the cut aparts and the sentiment. So let's say there was 20 in there. You could create 40 of these bags just from 1 pad of paper, which I think is absolutely brilliant. So that is another project using our 12 by 12 papers. But don't just think about using these for Christmas. Obviously we're using Christmas papers because we've got Christmas coming up, but you know, you can change the papers and use this for birthday bags. You can create Mother's Day bags, Father's Day bags, graduation bags. Like, it just really depends on the occasion and the papers that you've got. So I just think that's brilliant. It's having the idea and then just being able to tailor it to your different occasions. So that is going to be it for this project using another 12 by 12 paper from our It's the Most Wonderful Time of Year paper pad. I hope you're enjoying this series, kind of using this pad. We're not going to be able to get around to using all of the papers just before Christmas because you know, we don't have enough Saturdays now before Christmas to use all of the papers, but I'm really enjoying definitely using them up so far. So that's going to be it for this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, help to support my channel, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, then hit that subscribe button as well. It's free to do, it's not going to cost you anything, and it does help to support me and grow as well. So that's going to be it for this video. Thanks very much for watching, and happy crafting.